most of our actions through the day are not done by conscious analysis and performed from the subconscious. So, we have got an aspect of our mind that we are not even aware of. And one proof of that is the phobias, the irrational fears that exist in people. Somebody else has got fear of spiders or little lizards. We must learn to deny the mind, and that is the exercise of willpower or self-discipline. The mind is not us. It is a subtle machine fitted within our physical body, which utilizes the brain as its hardware, and it constantly creates thoughts. These thoughts impact our experience of happiness or lack, our effectivity at work, our physical expressions, and even our physical health. So it is in our advantage to be the gardeners of our mind and pluck out the harmful, unbeneficial thoughts and seed our mind with positive, fruitful thoughts. This will draw good circumstances to our life and make us move ahead to the ultimate purpose. That is why spiritual science emphasizes that the essence of all spiritual practices is to cleanse your heart or your mind, and all the rituals are mere aids to it. If you like, you keep the ritual and focus the mind on God, or throw the ritual away and merely focus your mind on God. The mind will be the cause of bondage and liberation. So, we must strive to control the mind, not indulge the mind, but control it. Not do what the mind wants, because the untrained mind wants immediate gratification. So, we must learn to deny the mind, and that is the exercise of willpower or self-discipline or self-abnegation, which is such an important virtue in the repertoire of your personality. But higher than that is the inspiration that comes from the intellect itself. The human intellect has been endowed with the ability to control the mind in a jiffy, if ever it decides it is important. And that is what you do in examinations, in interviews, in critical moments of your life. You bring the mind under focus to apply it on the work at hand. That is why the intellect must be illumined with divine wisdom. To illumine the intellect, there is a threefold process that is mentioned. The first is Shravanam, to hear divine wisdom, like you all are doing at the present. The second is to contemplate on what you have heard. Just like cows graze grass, and then they pull it out of one stomach, chew it and put it in the second stomach, and then third, and then fourth. Likewise, you ruminate on the wisdom that you received. that solidifies the knowledge within us and enables its quick recall. And the third step is called nididhyasan, which establishes the belief system in us. When the intellect gets convinced, this is it. Those beliefs are so powerful in our personality. They determine the course of our life. This effort to control the intellect and the mind will succeed to a certain extent, but not till the end, because ultimately the mind and intellect both are made from the material energy, which is Maya. And Maya, being God's energy, is as powerful as God Himself. And hence, it cannot be conquered by self-effort alone. We require the intervention of divine grace. Divine grace is bestowed on the soul when the soul chooses to surrender to God. Before surrender, the law of karma applies. After surrender, the law of grace applies. So if we wish to be recipients of divine grace that will burn away the accumulated karmas of endless lifetimes, we will have to listen to Lord Krishna's instruction of the Bhagavad Gita to surrender to Him. We now move on to the subconscious mind. Most of our actions through the day are not done by conscious analysis. Most of them are automated and performed from the subconscious. Like, for example, when you get up, you go for your daily ablutions, you brush your teeth, take a bath. You don't engage the conscious mind more than 1 or 2%. It is all automated. And the conscious mind is engaged. What do I need to do in office today? What are the works ahead of me? So, we have got an aspect of our mind that we are not even aware of. And one proof of that is the phobias, the irrational fears that exist in people. Like, consider, for example, if one little girl was locked in an elevator because the lights went off, and all alone she was in that dark room for 1 hour until the lights came back and she was retrieved from there. It was a conscious, harrowing experience. She felt dread, puzzlement, fear. But once she came out and the days went by, slowly, in her conscious mind, she started forgetting about it. However, the impression of it remained embedded in the subconscious. And the consequence is that whenever she is in an enclosed space, she breaks into a sweat and an anxiety. This is called claustrophobia. It's a pretty common phobia. One of my devotees was telling me that, Swamiji, when I had to go for my MRI, now they pass you through that round scanning machine. And the moment my head would be entering the scanner, I would break into a sweat. Finally, they had to make me unconscious, only then they could do my MRI. So it's an unexplained, irrational phobia. The person doesn't know why is this coming. Somebody else has got fear of spiders or little lizards. I go to people's homes, and if a little lizard is seen, the wife creates such a racket. The husband comes running. What happened? I thought there's a fire going on. No, there's a lizard here. So what explains these kinds of phobias? Now consider one little child fell into the swimming pool, the deep end. For 5 minutes, that was the worst experience of his little life. He was bobbing up and down until the lifeguard pulled him out. And then again, the experience over the weeks was forgotten about, but it remained in the subconscious. So the subconscious is an aspect of our mind, and it works, people have estimated, at 40,000 times the speed of the conscious mind. So what does the subconscious do? Like, for example, you are about to cross the road on the zebra crossing. You have seen the signal, you are allowed to cross, and you are nonchalantly about to walk across when you see that there's a car speeding, and this car doesn't seem to be slowing down. Now you were walking unconsciously. When the conscious mind starts evaluating, there seems to be a danger here. Is this car going to stop? Is it going to stop? It's not going to stop. There's a danger to your life. Now, this is a conscious analysis. And the moment the conscious mind makes that analysis, it says, I need to jump back. And immediately the subconscious steps in. And without consciously controlling your musculoskeletal system, you jump back. So many of our processes are automated from the subconscious. Now, when you walk, you don't consciously apply yourself to the movements. And if you consciously apply yourself, you will actually start dangling. Things may start going wrong. So it's better some things are done from the subconscious itself.